is ESPN on ABC.
It's going to be a fun one, man. ABC, Celtics versus Lakers. That's what the fans want to see.
You got that right, JT. It is always appointment television when the two teams with the most banners, the most wins, and the fiercest rivalry in the game lace them up and go head-to-head. And there may be no bigger foil in the history of the Celtics franchise than LeBron James. He's going for his win number 60 against the Celtics tonight. And somehow, 21 years after his first win in Boston, he is not showing any signs of slowing down. The Lakers, they've been rejuvenated by the acquisition of Luka Doncic here. LA has rattled off 8 straight wins and a chance to put the league on notice with a win against the defending champs. Lakers, Celtics. Oh, it does not get any better than this. We're counting you down on ABC.
Two most successful franchises in NBA history.
Our goal is to win championship. That's our only goal.
Time for a Luka magic. He's red hot.
Even when I'm in fours, I'm heartless. Because I'm the biggest, the largest.
Oh, LeBron!
I live for you whatever he wants.
If it's that deep-rooted, then they will always live on. And that's what stands with the Lakers and the Celtics.
Anything possible!
It's special, the Lakers-Celtics rivalry, the tradition and history that goes in that.
Memphis on some my head stunt. Right, Rich, I just did it because.
Yes, sir!
Understanding what we're trying to chase is greatness, and it's not for everybody.
Say I'm the biggest, the largest.
Welcome to NBA Countdown, presented by Papa John's.
It's been 40 years since Boston and LA have both been in the top 2 of their respective conferences going into a head-to-head matchup. Larry and Magic, they met in the 1985 finals later that season, and it's starting to feel like a real possibility that these Lakers, these Celtics, could do the very same. And with that, welcome into NBA Countdown alongside Stephen A. Smith, Bob Myers, Kendrick Perkins. I'm Malika Andrews. And Stephen A., with this being the most expensive ticket ever in this rivalry, it doesn't feel like hyperbole to say that this is the biggest game of the regular season.
Without question. I mean, listen, when you think about Boston and LA, the rivalry speaks for itself. There's 78 championships in NBA history. These two franchises have combined to win.
That would be a testament.
30. No, I think it's going to be a close game.
Okay.
I ain't worried
It's time
about
for
that.
tip-off.
It's gonna be a close game.
Mike Breen, take it away.
Thank you, Malika. It's a chilly Saturday night here in Boston, where we serve up a special primetime matchup featuring the two most successful and storied franchises in NBA history. Their histories littered with championships and with two rabid fan bases who right now want and are dreaming of another title for their favorite team. And both teams now have their fan bases fired up about that possibility. Luka Doncic will play his 11th game as a Laker. What an impact already. They've won 8 in a row. Meanwhile, Jason Tatum, he's been making an impact on Celtics history since his rookie season 8 years ago. And good evening, everyone. Along with Richard Jefferson and Doris Burke, Mike Breen on hand, Lisa Salters with us as well. Lakers-Celtics is always special, but the way the season is unfolding and the changes that have been made, this is now one of the most anticipated regular season games of the season. And number one reason is Luka Doncic. Doris, he's only played in 10 games, but already you see the potential. How have the Lakers changed with Doncic?
I think the place you feel it most profoundly, Mike, is the amount of space the Lakers are now playing with on the offensive end of the floor. Luka's gravity is such that he's going to draw 2 defenders, which means both your shot quality and your three-point volume are going to go way up. But for the most important chess piece on the board, LeBron James, singular, historic career, but he's at a moment where he's ready to cede some responsibility. And he's playing alongside a guy who has not only the basketball skill, but the intellect to absorb and want that responsibility. As J.J. Redick said, we've got 2 supercomputers.
And the Lakers, of course, their fans are thinking of another championship. Meanwhile, for Boston, they're still the defending champs. And if they're healthy, many believe they can win back-to-back titles. The key, of course, is being healthy and being a team, because they are a great team.
They are the most complete team in the game of basketball. They're led by Jason Tatum, who's an MVP candidate, and Jaylen Brown, who's the reigning Finals MVP. But it is their depth that has been causing problems for teams over this stretch. When you look at what what Peyton Pritchard and Derek White did just a few games ago. They had a historic performance, the first pair to go for 40 points as Celtic teammate. 84 total points and 1 turnover. Oh, by the way, they also hit 19 threes. This is the definition of strength in numbers for this Boston Celtics team.
And because of all that's happened recently, this game has become quite the event. With more on that, let's check in with Lisa Salters. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Mike. Well, Jason Tatum was just 12 years old the last time these two teams. He even hyped up this game the other night in a post-game interview on another network, saying, quote, ABC, Celtics, Lakers, it's what the fans want to see. And fans apparently want to see this one badly because this game is not only the hottest ticket in town, it's with courtside seats selling for more than $23,000 each, the highest price for a Celtics regular season home game ever. For Luka Doncic, this will be his first time back in Boston since losing the finals in June, but Luka has had plenty of personal success against the Celtics. He's averaging almost 30 points a game against Boston, Mike, in 11 career games.
You can feel the electricity, Lisa. Lakers and Celtics once again. Franchises in NBA history.
NBA Saturday Primetime on ABC is presented by the new crispy tenders at Wingstop. Wingstop, bring the flavor. This presentation of NBA Saturday Primetime presented by Wingstop will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Faces change, banners hang, but one thing remains the same. These are the franchises that define NBA greatness.
They've won it again. Back to back. Yeah. Artest, that's a three.
Well, this one's by far the sweetest because it's against them.
The legacy they've established is the standard.
Tatum, cash, money.
He wears champion well.
Tonight, a new star makes his debut on this stage.
Luka has to throw it for free. It goes!
A stage unquestioned as the greatest rival in the sport.
ABC, Celtics versus Lakers, so the fans want to see.
If it's that deep-rooted, then they'll always live on.
And here we go. Time for the Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Celtics on an NBA Saturday Primetime on ABC, presented by Wingstop. And the site is beautiful Boston, Massachusetts. A cold but gorgeous Saturday night in a city that is filled with indelible moments of American history. People come from far and wide to see even some TV sitcom history. And of course, great sports history, including Celtics champions, championships. And it is a sold-out TD Garden for the Lakers and the Celtics as we look and listen to some wire to get us started.
Good, man. Together on three. 1, 2, 3. Together. Roll, baby. You heard? All right, Red. Yeah, the dog.
Well, they look like they're ready to have some fun as tonight's starting lineups is delivered by Taco Bell. And some changes. Jackson Hayes, who has been starting recently at center for the Lakers since the trade, he is out tonight. Jared Vanderbilt gets his first start of the season at the center position, going small. Meanwhile, no Kristaps Porzingis. He's still out with an illness. But Drew Holiday, who missed his last 4 games, he returns for the Boston Celtics. And we know the fans are fired up. They just feel the difference. There's a lot of Laker fans here. That's always the case on the road. Celtic fans, of course, hate the Laker fans and vice versa. But Richard, even the players feel when there's something different in the air.
This is one of those moments that as a player, as a kid, as a professional, you dream of. You know Lakers and Celtics is different. It's Yankees versus Red Sox. It's one of those Duke versus North Carolina, Michigan versus Ohio State. This is the NBA's version of a great rivalry.
And Doris, anytime it's on the schedule, but with all that's happened in the last couple of weeks, it's amazing how things have changed in terms of the overall picture of who can win in the NBA.
Everybody wants to know if the Lakers are a legitimate title contender. They've been the best defense since January 30th. This will be the best